Right, super. So I'll just get started now. So hello everyone that's listening. My name is Aaron. I'm one of the co-founders here at Yepic AI, and I'm joined with Yanis, my other co-founder.
Hello everyone. I'm Yanis Kazadzidis. I'm the technical co-founder at Yepic AI.
So Yanis is the incredible brain behind animating these characters, making them talk, and is working tirelessly to make sure that they're continuously improving. So first of all, I think I'll just introduce the company, give you a bit more detail about who we are, what we do. The team is actually 10 people. Didn't have a picture for Dean, I'm afraid, sorry. But it's myself and Yanis as co-founders. My background is in commercializing SaaS software. I've won numerous awards. I was sort of put forward for a Forbes 30 Under 30, and I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, and I've been building software for a long time. This isn't my first time. And Yanis, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. So my background is mainly research-based. I have a master's in machine learning and a PhD in computer vision from the Kingston University. So Yepic started after my PhD. This is some kind of continuation of what I've done during that period. And interestingly, when I met Aaron, we had that interesting idea whether we could generate video from text or audio. Very quickly, we had a prototype, and this is how Yepic started.
And this is over 2 years ago now. We're a predominantly research-based company, and not everyone involved in the business is actually listed on this slide. There's also numerous other advisors and researchers that we're not allowed to publicly talk about because of their work with other companies. But we are predominantly a group of researchers, and we're now sort of building out the product team and taking our research and packaging it up as a product. And this is what separates us from some of the other companies like Humatas. They're not research-based. They're based on a piece of deep fake open source code that anyone can get hold of and make a very small quality video that's not particularly interactive. For us, we're about the research, we're about developing the product, and we're about the future projection here. And we've just signed a partnership agreement with Surrey University, which will continue our research into the coming years. And we have two products. I'm going to talk today about Studio. That's the main focus. But we also have another product that is a sort of simultaneous translation tool that's currently used by a few very large enterprises that isn't available on the public market yet. We've been doing this, as I said, for 2 years. This is actually an old slide with more than 400 companies now using the platform in some capacity, which is really exciting. And the reason why we do this is because we want to make everyone a video creator. Like, video engagement really is the best. There's nothing that beats video, but it's just really expensive and really slow to produce. To create a talking head video, you can spend thousands of pounds. And some of the larger companies that we work with, like Roche Pharmaceuticals, do spend £10,000 to make a training video. And with our platform, they've been able to dramatically cut their costs to like £100, which is ridiculous when you think about it. And the quality is improving all the time. This is just one of the many videos from our website. I won't play the videos now, I'll just run through the slides really quickly. But the quality is continuously improving. Yanis, do you want to give a brief explanation about how the product works, what's going on in the background?
Yeah, so this actually will partially answer how to create your own avatar as well. So we record a 2 to 3 minutes of video from the person that we would like to create an avatar from him. Once we get that footage, then we extract features out of it. Those features are related to head pose and head gestures. We extract, when we try to understand the expressions, the lip movements, as well as the upper body motions as well. So once we extract those features, then this is where the machine learning part takes place. We take those features and we correlate them with audio, as well as some neural as well as with features which are related to text and which are extracted with natural language processing. So yeah, once we do all those correlations and we have our models per actor, then all that functionality is available through the Yepic Studio. And yeah, this is briefly how it works.
I know that a lot of people have been asking about the 1 hour time frame to produce videos. Right now, we've said for the lifetime deal that there's a 1 hour time frame rather than our normal 15 minutes. But this is not the case. Most people's videos are produced in 5 to 10 minutes. But we've said 1 hour there to make sure that we can fulfill our promise for the lifetime of you using the product. And we only anticipate that going down, but we promise you to produce the videos within a 1 hour time frame. And if you think about it, if you're like if you're a power user at the top end, producing hundreds of videos every month, and you're going to make like 50 requests in the space of like an hour, to have all those videos produced in an hour is you know, it's quite an incredible thing. You'd never be able to do that in any normal circumstances unless you had 50 actors lined up and you were filming them all and you had an editor on hand editing each video. So next, so again, a bit more about how the product
Creating
works.
a video with Yepic is simple. First, title your video and type or paste your script. For short pauses in speech, place a comma in your sentence. For longer pauses, use a full stop. For extra long pauses, use an ellipsis. Now you need to select an actor. Premium customers can access the full range and even request their own custom actor. Next,
on this point, we've now made all avatars available to everybody, so there's no need to worry about that. All avatars on the platform will be available to all lifetime users moving forward.
you can select a voice. Each voice can be previewed by clicking the blue play button.
Developing eye-catching videos is a must-have for anyone.
Then choose the position and size of your actor. Finally, select a background for your video. You can select a color or upload your own image. If uploading, please make sure the image resolution is 1920 x 1080 and the file size is less than 4 megabytes.
And since this video was made, we've also added custom audio, so you can now upload an audio clip of you talking yourself or using a professional voiceover artist. That's now available to everybody. We've temporarily taken away the video backgrounds just because we had a few problems with people uploading different file sizes, different types of video, and we've decided to put uploading custom video into the next version of the product, which will be a timeline editor. And within the timeline editor, you'll be able to create audio clips, video clips, upload your own assets, and you have access to a library of assets that we'll be providing. And then you'll be able to pull these all together on a timeline to make a video. And these videos will also become something called templates. The templates are quite important because that's how people personalize.
开发引人注目的视频。
Sorry, that's multi-language. Templates are quite important because it allows you to create a script for your business, like for an onboarding a customer or for welcoming someone, for getting someone in your user funnel. And then you can just personalize 1 or 2 keywords. At the moment, this is only available via API, but we'll be adding this to the actual product itself in the next version by literally selecting a word, and then you get a drop-down menu. You give it a name, and then you can send data via uploading a CSV or via an integration in the near future, Zapier being the first integration. And as I said earlier, there's lots of new avatars coming. You'll get access to all of them. These are just some of the avatars that are currently being cooked, they're currently in the oven, and we will be launching them slowly as the weeks go on. And a lot of people asked about multi-language. Maybe, Yanis, you can talk about the timeframes on this a bit more.
Sure. So the good news is that we have the models that can support the multi-language feature. Currently, those models are capable of working with 50 different languages. So what will happen next is that the engineering team and the developer team needs to integrate and develop the front-end design so we can exploit and use those kind of models. So in terms of time frame, we will see the first version of the multilingual capabilities for the Creator Studio in 3 weeks.
And that will be 20 languages initially, with the full 50 that we support being added slowly. It's more of a front-end sort of design thing more than anything else, an engineering thing. But if anyone, you know, is a user and they have like specific language requirements, we do have a temporary way of doing this without accessing the API by just filling in an Airtable. So if you get in touch with us, we can sort of facilitate multi-language over Airtable while we implement the front-end changes to the product. And it was just one of Alex.
开发引人注目的视频，对于任何人来都说是必不可少的，而不仅仅是影响。
So the voices are very good as well across multiple.
开发引人注目的视频，对于
Next, okay. And that sort of pretty much brings me to the end of the presentation. For those that joined at the end, you missed the first bit where we introduced the team. Just to recap, research-based team, we've been here for 2.5 years. We're backed by a lot of venture capitalists, and we've just raised another round of funding that we haven't announced yet, and we will be here for quite some time to come. And the reason we're doing this deal is because we want to massively spend a lot of time and money now on the product. And rather than doing lots of free trials and getting like half-hearted feedback, we thought it'd be better to do like a deal whereby everyone that buys into the product is like an invested user that has a real interest in the product getting better. Because anyone will give you advice before they buy it, but when someone's bought it, it's real advice. It really matters because it's people's businesses on the line. It's people's you know, real use cases, and that's what we want to build the product around: real use cases. So with that, I think we'll probably hop over to questions. So yeah, any questions from the floor about the deal, about anything else?
There are some questions in the chat.
Okay. First question here, thank you for the session. So creating custom avatars. Do you want to just talk through the process again, Yanis? The more specific steps, the details of what you actually have to do.
Yes, so with regards to the custom avatar, yes, so we are currently creating custom avatars. So if a user is interested, yes, we can start the discussion about how to create one. The usual process is that we give you some predefined scripts that you need to narrate in front of the camera, and we also have instructions about how you should move and about, for example, so there are some instructions with regards the lighting of the room. So yeah, so if someone wants to generate a custom avatar, it's usually a 1 hour process. To be honest, the better the equipment, the best the output. For example, the avatars that you see in the creator page have been recorded with professional cameraman in a studio. So for example, you know, if you can give us footage with that kind of setup, that would be ideal. However, that's not a blocker. Again, let's say sharp, crisp recording
So
with
just
good microphone.
To summarize what Yanis is saying here, we'll send you a script. There's 10 minutes, there's actually about 25 minutes of things to read. We only need 2 to 3 minutes, but 2 to 3 minutes per expression, per state. And then it's important that the lighting is even. You mustn't use webcams. It must be at least a HD camera. We recommend using 4K, and it's important that you edit the video according to the script that we give you. But all this is sent to you. Anyone that's bought the 499 deal that has one avatar included will be receiving an email this week with the instructions. There's currently a 3-week wait because we have a number of customers that have already requested avatars, and we're continuously pushing new avatars that we've processed on the platform. But the sooner you get your footage in, the sooner we can generate your avatar. So I know for a fact that right now there's a small slot where one of the customers has pulled out. They said they were going to do their avatar footage, but they didn't. So potentially there's space then to fit someone else in if the next person hasn't provided the footage already, if that makes sense. Next question. So video backgrounds, they'll all be available. Yeah, so all new features will be available in the product. We're doing this to try and get user feedback, and also we're hoping, that you find the product to be so useful that you decide to upgrade to a bigger tariff in the future. But if you've got the 499 tariff, the chances are you won't. But yeah, if you're on a smaller tariff, we hope that you really enjoy it and that you will want to support us on a monthly basis. But we're not going to try and hold things back. Avatars, custom avatars, we can't offer everyone a free custom avatar because they're very expensive to produce. But as far as all features within the product go, they will be launched in the future as part of the deal. Improvements to the lip sync model and body gestures. I think Yanis sort of covered this. Again, it will be included. We're a research-based company. The majority of the people on staff are actually researchers. And now we're starting to focus on developing the product more. And there are actually massive improvements already in most of the avatars. In our research meeting this morning, we went through some of the results, and actually almost all the avatars have actually been improved further. But it just takes time to implement the changes, take them from research state, working in notebooks, to working in a productionized pipeline that can support thousands of videos being created. So just bear with us, and we are continuously making changes. This set of changes is mainly around eye gaze and around head gesture, which makes the interaction from the user to the avatar feel more human. Question for you, Yanis, about the English character voices being okay, but their mouse don't move as much as they should.
Yeah. So the mumbling will be fixed in the next release very, very soon. So we have already tackled the mumbling.
And also as well, it depends on the voice you're using. The more human the voice is, the better the lip sync is, because they're all the system is trained on real voices. So we have another partner called Well Said Labs. We're trying to have that included in the package, but right now they're just too expensive. They charge us like nearly 10 cents per clip. And as you can imagine, like running a lifetime deal where it's like 10 cents per audio clip, we would very quickly be out of money and unable to support the deal if we gave that away to everyone, because it costs about the same for us to generate the video. So we're literally doubling our costs if we do that. Actually, it's much more to create the video because the GPUs are very expensive, but that's another topic. So yes, it's being fixed. And stitching multiple videos together, yes, this is something that we're working on. Some other platforms like Synthesia, they have this idea of scenes. and where you can like stitch multiple videos together as part of a multi-scene series. We've chosen not to do it that way. We're bringing in a timeline editor whereby you create the assets on the left and then you drag and drop the assets onto a timeline. So that's how our stitching multiple videos together will work. Any more questions from anyone else?
Sorry, Aaron, can I ask a question just using the microphone? Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay. The question that I have is the code base, right? Is it based on any open source GAN implementation, or is it something that you guys built ground up?
That's one for you, Yanis.
That's for me. Yeah, so it's not based on open source. So over the last 2 years, we spent, as Aaron mentioned, we are a research-based company. So most of our software is based on clearly, so it's a technology that has been combining state-of-the-art techniques, as well as we as a company, we have introduced some novel stuff as well.
Okay, and
it's
the
really
other question that I have,
it's really hard to get a visual quality like this if you just use open source. It's really hard.
Yeah, I understand, because I know GAN models are very hard to converge. A lot of the training is very hard to get them to converge.
And also the accuracy you need, for example, you know, let's say that you use facial landmarks. They really need to be highly accurate. You know, you cannot imagine the level of accuracy you need to achieve. Open source, so for example, if you, let's say in the case of landmark detector, you know, landmark detectors that are freely available, they're jittery. You know, you cannot get the level of precision and accuracy that you really need to.
I think the market landscape speaks for itself. You know, there's lots of deepfake libraries, but deepfakes are not quite the same. But to make a deepfake work, you need 5 hours of footage of somebody talking from every angle, and you have to train on a system for quite some time. The system we've developed, it works in real time on a base level. Like it's generating these frames so fast, it's predicting where your lips will be, where your expressions will be in multiple languages. There are so many variables. I have no doubt that in the future, in years to come, there will be open source versions as the research field moves further on. But right now, there's a lot of pressure within the community not to publish these types of source codes to stop the misinformation and to stop deepfake abuse. And also, it's very, very hard. Every research paper focuses on a particular area, and then to bring all these areas together into a tool that works is very difficult. And that's why there's only really us, Synthesia, and there's a company in Israel called Hour One that does this with very high quality. But other than Synthesia, us, and Hour One, there are no other companies in the world that have achieved the type of qualities that we're seeing. And yes, you have people like Humatas and stuff, but you know, they're just a different product. It's a different class of product. So yeah.
So Aaron, last question from me. Okay, so one of the things that I would like to think about is to get the tier 5, for example, package of the product, right? And I'm wondering, okay, if we do get the tier 5 product, what is the upsells that you guys, have you guys thought about the upsells in the future? If you don't, it's okay, but I'm just checking whether you have any idea what it might be.
Sure. A lot of people have approached us about the cost per extra clips. I mean, for extra minutes, we need to come up with a pricing strategy for extra minutes. But we guarantee you that it would be half price compared to the list price. So right now we do have a list price for extra videos, but the extra video price is currently designed to make people upgrade to the next tier. And we only really have like one price. But obviously, if you're on the 150 video package, there should be some economies of scale there. We're going to factor that in, and we haven't done that yet, but we will. And also, like upsell-wise, avatars. You know, like if you want to have your own custom avatar, that will always be an upsell. We won't be able to include that in any other tiers. Including it in tier 5 was even risky. So yeah, but once you have that, it's yours to use, and it's only yours to use within the platform. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. It's very clear.
And as far as quotas go, we haven't sort of announced this yet, but most people, well, actually everyone who's bought the product, you should receive an email about a week after buying it that basically offers a 50% increase in your quota if you leave us a review on G2 Crowd. We're trying to build up the reviews and trying to build up the sort of awareness of the product. So anyone that's purchased the product that gives us a review will increase their quota by 50%. Any more questions from anyone else? Can a lower tier buyer pay a one-time fee? Yes. So right now we charge £500 for custom avatars. It was actually £1,000, but it's currently we've managed to drop it to 500. And for anyone wanting to buy a custom avatar, if you're a lifetime deal user, you'll get a 50% discount. So it'd be £250 a year. And then that's yours to use within the platform for life. And we will continue to, to push updates to the models and continue to improve them as with everything else. Quite a few people asked about refunds. We are offering refunds. Initially, when we launched the page, we plan to do another launch this week with a community called Lifetime Deal Fans, but there was some confusion about the exclusivity. So they wanted to only make it available to their community, but we wanted to make it available to anyone. So we decided that they weren't the right partner to go to market with. And part of the deal was that their deal had to be better. So offering refunds and a few other things were what we were going to do there to make their deal better. But now we're offering the same deal to everyone because we think that's a bit fairer. Yes. Also, another question people have been asking a lot about is, can they upgrade? A lot of people have said they'd love the £500 package, but it's a bit expensive. We don't currently offer split payments. It's just not a feature that Stripe offers. And as a result of that, we can only sort of take payments as a single payment. And upgrades, downgrades are allowed within the deal period, but after the deal's ended, right now our stance on this is that the deal is finished. We don't want to become one of these companies that's continuously doing a deal. For us, this is about like getting a really cool base of customers at the beginning that can help us to shape the product. We will do future deals. AppSumo has been pushing us for months to do a deal. We're probably going to offer the lowest tariff on AppSumo, but it'll just be the 10 video a month tariff. But that'll be at a later date. We'll never do a multi-tier deal like this ever again. And regarding the deal with Tracy, so yeah, Tracy from Lifetime Deals, from Lifetime Deal Fans, that's not going ahead now. We've decided that we wanted to make it available for everyone and not do an exclusive deal. Because if we did the exclusive deal, we couldn't then do a deal with AppSumo. And the whole thing is very political. It's interesting. Like, I know that in Ken Moo's group, one of the chats with over 120 comments got taken down because someone from AppSumo got in touch with him asking him to take down the feed because it was getting more attention than the AppSumo deals. Apparently, if you're an AppSumo affiliate, you're not allowed to promote anyone else's deals. So the whole thing's a bit political. Will there be any avatars with hand gestures? Yanis, one for you.
Yes, this is a feature that will be included in highly likely by the end of December. So we have already created a model. Again, as we said, taking the research to the product, it takes some time. It's definitely something that we have worked on. So I would say late December will be available.
And I think to set expectations, I'd say expect it early next year, just because a lot of people have requested languages. And I'm surprised there are so few people in this call, actually, considering how many deals we've sold in the just over the weekend even. I'm surprised there are there are more people here. But yeah, so I think expect hand gestures next year and expect a very, very, very large selection of languages by the end of this year, as well as more avatars. So tier 4, again, I mentioned this earlier, if you're a lifetime deal user, you'll have a 50% discount on all future add-ons. So right now, a custom avatar is £500. So it would be £250 to add a custom avatar. We're keeping custom avatars in tier 4 and 5 just because there's an ongoing cost. We have to maintain the avatar. We have to keep it secure, keep a model available at all times that's running so that you can make videos. And there is a cost to that. And also there's an admin from like us having a relationship with those people. So we've kept that in the top tiers. Admin overhead.
Got a question on last question from me. Is pertaining the lip sync. I mean, right now it is not super accurate, which is fine because it's quite early. So when do you reckon it will be quite decent enough for us to use professionally? Is there a timeline, a rough timeline?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So lip syncing is highly depends with the amount of data that we use in our, let's say, mouth motions generation. So there is a new model that will be deployed very soon, and at least from my side, I can see improvements. So yeah, for us, it's lip syncing is of high priority. So this is something that you will see a more accurate model definitely by the end of November.
I think there's to add to that. Right now, today, we've done a lot of work on the lip sync. It's already very, very good, but it depends on the voice that's driving the lips. Because if you have a human voiceover, for example, the lip sync is often, almost perfect. But with the Microsoft Azure voices, because they're, not quite human, and they're also improving, sometimes the lip sync is a bit off. I mentioned earlier in the call that we're trying to add Well Said Labs to the deal. Well Said Labs voices do produce a better lip sync. But we haven't managed to secure a deal with them just yet that makes it affordable for us to bring things in. But you can upload any audio clip you like and drive the avatar yourself, and that instantly gives a massive improvement. So guys, I think we should probably end it there. This is our first one. I've only been sporadically promoting this link on pages here, there, and everywhere. I'll do another one in 2 days' time, and I'll invite some more of the team to talk about some of their research and some of the exciting features that are coming, and it'll be a chance for you to meet more team members. And hopefully by then as well, we'll have more people signed up. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.